Sorry, how can it take 12 months? We know the evidence that was there. In they came, the celebrities thought that they're above Australia's biosecurity laws, and we know Barnaby Joyce, or Minister Joyce, had his little meltdown, and good on him. Okay, whatever.
Amber Heard's troubles seem to never end since she lost the defamation case against her ex-husband Johnny Depp. This time, the Australian authorities are hot on the heels of the Aquaman star for breaking their treasured laws. What law has the Aquaman actress broken, and how severe are the punishments? Amber Heard is in hot water again as the ex-Australian Prime Minister Barnaby Joyce has apparently issued a warrant for Amber Heard's arrest in connection with her 2015 dog smuggling scandal. The Australian politician wants the actress to be jailed for allegedly committing perjury when she was arraigned before a court in Australia in 2015. If she's found guilty, the 36-year-old could face up to 10 years in jail or pay a hefty fine of $100,000 US. The former Deputy Prime Minister made this known in an interview with the Australian TV show Sunrise, when he said, "It now looks like Ms. Heard has allegedly not been telling the truth and it's perjury." The visibly angered politician compared Heard's situation with WikiLeaks co-founder Julian Assange, who's wanted in the US for publishing classified documents, and said, "If they want Julian Assange, well, we'll take Amber and possibly Johnny," said the former Prime Minister, "and they can come over to Australia and spend some time at Her Majesty's convenience." He continued, "Those dogs, when they came in, there were a lot of documents that were not signed and said there were no animals there. And now it looks like Ms. Heard has allegedly not told the truth." The politician then changed the US to show fairness in dealing with Amber Heard's extradition and avoid double standards. "It's up to the Americans to show fairness," he said. "I suppose the US wants to show the purity of it, and they're insisting on getting Julian Assange." He continued, "So the US should say, we've got to be fair, Dinkum, and straight with both these things, don't we? Let's see how that goes." Amber Heard's troubles all started last October when the Australian Department of Agriculture, Water and the Environment announced that they were launching an investigation into Amber Heard for committing perjury. Speaking to E! News, a spokesperson for the Department of Agriculture, Water and Environment intimated the department is seeking to obtain witness statements, and once obtained, the Commonwealth Director of Public Prosecutions will consider whether the evidence is sufficient to warrant pursuance of the matter. A few months ago, reports started making rounds that the FBI was assisting in the investigations, and though the FBI is yet to confirm the reports, a retired FBI agent and lawyer, Bobby Chacon, explained that it's not unusual for the FBI to cooperate with foreign authorities regarding the investigation of US citizens. Speaking to Law and Crime, Chacon said, "The FBI maintains an office in Canberra, and there are FBI agents permanently assigned to Australia on a rotating basis. Part of their mission is liaison and assistance, so if the Australians needed something from here in the US, they would certainly contact the FBI's Australia office, and the FBI would likely assist." However, a lawyer for Amber Heard denied the FBI's involvement in the matter and even claimed that Australian government's investigation was not true. Speaking to E! News in 2021, the spokesperson opined, "It is truly inconceivable, and we are confident it is not true, that either the Australian government or the FBI would embrace a policy of further pursuing and victimizing a person who has already been adjudicated to be the victim of domestic violence." When reports of the investigations into Amber Heard's alleged perjury first hit the internet, many fans took to social media to express what they felt about the matter. One fan wrote, "I think that Australia has every right to do what it takes to protect their country. She didn't go home and act tactfully and decided to rub salt in the wound." Another wrote, "She needs to be held accountable for her actions. Extradite her and let Australia's court system try her. Convict her and throw her in jail." To which one responded, "If she's not held accountable for her actions, she will continue to do the bad behavior she's been doing all along. I think she should go to jail. She needs to be taught that actions have consequences." "I think Amber needs a wake-up call and definitely needs to serve some time," wrote one fan. "I'm not saying she needs to serve the maximum on the dog smuggling incident and the perjury incident, but I think she should serve at least a year or more. She is snarky, vain, and thinks the world revolves around her, and lies when it suits her. She needs to be taught a lesson. I think it's the only way she'll get some humility and change her arrogant ways. This fan couldn't hide their joy at Amber Heard's predicament when they wrote, "I'm so very glad she's financially ruined. It'll make it way harder for her to try and buy her way out of this one. Go get her, Australia. Please hold her responsible to the fullest extent of your laws." Amber smuggled her dogs Pistol and Boo to Australia in 2015 when her then-husband Johnny Depp was filming a Pirates of the Caribbean movie. The actress flew the dogs on a private plane, managed to avoid filling out the necessary paperwork, and refused to subject the dogs to the mandatory 2 weeks quarantine. The Australian authorities wouldn't have heard of the incident except for one apparent mistake. Amber Heard took the dogs to a grooming pub in Gold Coast, Australia, and a staff of the pub posted a picture holding the dogs and thanking the celebrity for patronizing their services. The picture went viral and caught the attention of the ex-Prime Minister, Barnaby Joyce, who flew into a rage over the actions of the American celebrities. In an interview with ABC, the former Deputy Prime Minister gave an ultimatum to the celebrity couple. Mr. Depp has to either take his dogs back to California or we're going to have to euthanize them. He's now got about 50 hours left to remove the dogs. Quickly, Depp and his wife had the dogs flown out of the country back to California, while Heard was charged with 2 counts of smuggling the dogs into the country and falsifying documents. To ease tensions and to placate the Australian authorities, Depp and Heard made a video apologizing to the people of Australia, but the video was widely mocked, with many fans panning Johnny Depp for its demeanor in less than the 3-minute clip. Amber Heard was arraigned before a court, but she got off easy after her lawyers told the judges that her client was jet-lagged and therefore couldn't review the paperwork properly. The Pineapple Express star was slapped with a $1,000 fine and made to sign a bond of good behavior. However, Amber Heard won't let sleeping dogs lie, as she used every last opportunity she got to mock Australian politicians, like when it was discovered that the politician Barnaby Joyce held dual citizenship, an offense against the laws of Australia. Amber Heard wrote on Twitter, "When Barnaby Joyce said no one is above the law, I didn't realize he meant New Zealand law." She even bought a new dog and named him after the Australian politician. The Aquaman actress posted a photo of her and the dog on Twitter and captioned it, "Meet the newest member of the Heard family, Barnaby Joyce." However, all the mockery came to an end in 2020 when the former employee of Johnny Depp, Kevin Murphy, confessed during a court hearing in London that Amber Heard asked him to lie under oath concerning the smuggling of the dogs. According to Murphy, he expressed concerns about the legal ramifications of their actions should they go through with their plan. But Amber Heard threatened his job, leaving him with no choice but to sign an official declaration giving a false explanation of how the dogs ended up in Australia. When the news first broke on the internet, many fans thought that Amber deserves jail time for perjury. One fan wrote, "Sincerely hope Amber gets the maximum penalty. She got away with multiple perjury in the US with no consequences. Hope Australia does the right thing. Hope Australia justice is better." Another concurred, "I'm glad to hear this news about Amber. I hope she go to prison. Time she deserves it. I hope something comes out of this. It would be satisfying to see her face justice yet again. She should get in some serious trouble for trying to make others lie for her," commented another fan. Now, with the warrant out for her arrest, Amber Heard is likely to spend some time in jail if she's found guilty of the charges brought up against her. However, having escaped the Australian authorities in the past, many fans feel that she'll get away with it again. Do you agree with them? Or would the long arms of the Australian law finally catch up with the Rum Diary actress? Let us know what you think in the comments section below.